All right, welcome back to Imola. This is my fourth race, third season, um, third week, and I figured out a couple things after my last race. Got some incremental improvement. I set a 146.0 as my qualifying time. However, that's only good enough for 11th because it is 4th of July. There are not a lot of Americans driving on the track at this point. A lot of Spanish, a lot of Europeans, I think, driving at the moment. And the strength of field here is significantly higher. I think the strength of field is around 1600. I am at the lower end of 1500 at this point. And a lot of these drivers have driver ratings of 1.8. A bunch of them do 1.7s. So they're 1800, 1700 strength and significantly faster than me, clearly. So I'm a little initially concerned. At the start of the race, I'm placed in 11th, which is at least on the left side of the track. And we're going to show you how this goes. I get a decent launch. At first, I'm going to go to the inside on this guy, but then I see him slip over to the inside. Another driver slides over to the inside too. Everybody's on cold tires, being a little cautious. I see the braking early, some collisions. Of course, a Red Bull is involved in it. The curse of the Red Bull livery. As a result, though, I find myself coming out of that mess in 8th position. So I've gained 3 places right off the bat, and just trying to stay cool. Behind me is Travis, and I got issues with Travis. All right, Oracle Red Bull 17 there. I don't know if he got a slowdown or what, but he made a mistake, and now I am right on his tail, 8th position. Let me show you what that looks like from my perspective too. Look right on his tail. I'm not even, not even close. All right, still first lap, and there has been no major issues, a few minor bumps and door banging. Travis is 0.3 seconds behind me. I am 0.3 seconds behind my opponent in front of me. As I said, there's a lot of faster drivers. There's the first one that goes off, giving me 7th position. There's a lot of very fast drivers on this track. This is also the open setup, so some people have different setups to their vehicle. Again, I'm just racing the standard. Another driver off the track, giving me 6th position. The standard fixed setup, so I don't really make any adjustments simply because I really don't know what I'm doing with those yet, so not going to mess with it. All right, so first lap down, I am in 6th place, up from 11th, and thinking, hey, I'm doing not too shabby. I'm keeping up with these guys. I see Travis behind me by about 7/10. Things seem to be going well. The tires are just about going to settle in here. I am right on Pereira in front of me. This is part of the track that I've gotten a little bit better at this race, and a little bit better at that chicane I was talking about last race at 11 and 12 too, so feeling pretty strong. Travis 0.6 behind me. I am 0.6 to the driver in front of me. Watching how aggressive they are, thinking that there might be an accident. Oh, look, there is. Okay, so that gives me 5th place. So I've moved up to 5th place as the Red Bull driver has punted that guy off the road. Oh, Pereira, Bruno. When will it go through your head? He is a 1.6K driver, so about 100 points stronger than I am, supposedly. I get a little off track there, but I just embrace it just to keep my exit speed on par. I'm still 0.6 behind Pereira. After these two is the end of lap 2. Down the straightaway here. Get a pretty decent exit. Travis is a little bit faster than me through there. He's half a second behind me. I'm still 6/10 behind Pereira. At this point, Travis has definitely got more room than me. I told him I was going to give him room if he gets up here. He bumps into me. I'm going to back that up just so you can see. I am pretty certain I did not bump into him as this happens. He comes across the track, and yeah, just cuts in, knocking me off the track here. And I think my race is over, but I decide I'm just going to cut through this, take the slowdown penalty, which I do. I get a black flag for that slowdown penalty, but it clears almost immediately because I have slowed down so much going through it. So I've lost out on 5th place to Travis, who I'm not too happy with, but I don't bother. Why bother at this point? Not going to say anything. It's not going to make any difference. So I'm in 8th place, right behind Andrew Majors. And pretty overall happy with how I am lapping at this moment. I set a couple 146s at this point. .146.7 was my last lap. Seven tenths behind Majors in front of me. Pretty good exit out of there. Still 7 tenths behind Majors, but in his slipstream. But he's in the slipstream of the driver in front of him. And that was a fairly slow lap for me. That was a 149.7 because of getting punted off the track there by Travis, who's 2 drivers ahead of me. Could have done a little better there. Not the worst, though. Still keeping up with Andrew in front of me. And actually, that's giving me a little bit of confidence boost here. I mean, it's kind of one of those things where I feel like when you play a sport with somebody who is better than you, marginally better than you or stronger than you in a sport, I feel like you up your game a little bit to match that. And here we have a case where I am keeping up with drivers that have 1.6, 1.8K iRating, and I'm at the 1.5s. So I'm curious to see how my lap times are looking. Good exit out of there. Really good exit out of there. Still keeping up with Andrew at a 0.7. Now, the other thing I want to do is make sure, I'm clearly not a lot faster than him. I'm just keeping up with him. But in the event something goes wrong, I want to be right there to take advantage of it. So I'm still trying to catch up to him. In fact, I'd like to catch back up to Travis to give him a what for. But it looks like Travis is pulling away a little bit now. I am entirely focused in front of me. Behind me, Nicholas is 3.5 seconds back. So I have a significant gap, and I'm in 8th place. Closing up to 5 tenths on Andrew in front of me. I'm thinking I may be able to actually pull more pace than him. But I screw this up. That was too slow through there. I didn't need to downshift to 3rd gear. Needed to handle that a little bit faster. I see a lot of people spin out there, so I'm always a little more hesitant, I think, than I need to be. And I've now lost out about 5 tenths to Andrew as we've gone through that section of the track. We are only, however, on lap 5 of 15. And I have opened up the gap to 4.5 seconds to the driver behind me. So I am definitely cooking as far as my performance goes for what I am capable of doing. I'm feeling pretty good. My last lap, a 1:45.9. Fastest lap I have set on this track in a race. So really, really happy with that. Okay, and you get you get information from your race engineer, which you don't hear over the replay, telling you that was your fastest lap of the race. And so I'm pretty excited. It lets me glance down and see where I stand. 1:45.9. I've pulled within a second of Andrew. 1:46.09 on that lap. So not quite as fast. I see exactly where I made the mistake. It was certainly in turns 5 and 6. That tells me just focus. Stay focused on your braking points, on your acceleration points. Hit your turns where you need to hit them, and maybe things will do well. Again, can be faster through there. I'm still learning it as I go here in this particular race. .3 seconds ahead of Nicholas behind me. So feeling pretty good about how things are progressing there. Trying to catch up to these folks in front of me. I don't feel like I'm quite out of reach yet, but I am drifting back a tenth at a time, so I need to really get the hustle on. 1.5 behind Andrew. Great exit through there for me. But 1.7 behind Andrew now. He's faster through that section than I am. Good exit through here. Nice and clean. Still holding pace with these guys in front of me. Losing out about a tenth at a time. But if they battle with each other much, it's going to allow me to get a little bit closer. I've now set a 1:45.8 that last lap. Fastest lap for me of the race. Fastest lap I've done in a race on this track so far. So pretty happy, at least this season. So pretty happy with how that's going. I'm watching these two in front of me, weaving back and forth, Lloyd and Andrew. Andrew is pulled ahead of Lloyd, and I'm thinking there may be an opportunity here if these guys have a problem with each other. At the moment, if I finish in this position, I'm going to finish 46 points up. Be a significant gain for me. And honestly, this race, these laps are giving me confidence. The speed with which I am keeping up with this group is making me much more confident in my driving. 1.5 to Lloyd in front of me. Could have gone better through there. Much better. Could have gone much better through there, but still 1.5 to Lloyd. We are about to wrap up lap 7. Driving consistent, hitting my braking points, hitting my acceleration points. That's my focus at this point. Landon behind me, 6.6 seconds. I have opened up a significant gap to Landon. I set a 1:45.7 that lap, which is actually the fastest again. So it's even building on my confidence more as I go across the start-finish line, hearing the race engineer say, that's your fastest lap on the track so far. That's your fastest lap again. Like, getting the repeated messages that I'm going faster and faster is honestly helping my confidence a bit here. I don't need to downshift there. I need to stay in third gear and just push through it. Rotate the car better with the acceleration. Landon, 6.9 seconds, 7 seconds behind me. So I'm opening up that gap. I have no concerns about those behind me. I just really want to catch up to these guys in front of me. But I seem to be able to hold pace with them barely but they are definitely faster than me. Not a great turn 9 and 10 there for me. I could have done that much faster. Lloyd is 2 seconds ahead of me now, 6.9 seconds behind me. With only one more day of racing here to go after today, you know, I'm not going to get an opportunity to get much faster than I do this race. Again, 1:45.77, my fastest lap so far. Honestly, Travis knocking me off the road, I think it was just racing as a mistake on his part. But here we set a 1:45.71, so another incremental improvement, but the guys in front of me are clearly faster. But that gets me even more confidence. Oh, I went a little bit faster. Okay, great. So that's 3 laps in a row that I have increased my pace. Lloyd 2.3. Now, behind me, Zhao has passed Landon. And I want to give you a look at that. So here's Zhao, and there's Landon behind him. And Zhao, I don't know how he got held up so long, but Zhao is really fast. Really, really fast. He has closed the gap to 6.2 seconds coming through this. He is a 1.8K driver, so significantly faster than I am on average, and certainly a more successful racer at this point. And I noticed that he's passed, and I noticed that my 7-second gap has become a 6-second gap all of a sudden. And so I'm going to start keeping an eye on what's going on behind me while trying to get focused on what's going on in front of me and see if I can't catch up to Lloyd. Zhao has closed it to half a second just in the time that I talked about that, up by half a second. So he's at 5.5 seconds now, just flying. I should go back and watch his laps to see how he does this because he is just on fire. 5.2 seconds behind me. So I see this and I realize, uh-oh, I might have a problem. We are only on lap 9 and he has closed up 2 seconds in 1 lap. He is significantly faster than I am. Zhao has a fastest lap of 1:43.9. I have never set a 1:43 on this track on my best day. I set a 1:45.6 there, my fastest lap to date. So again, another improvement, but I am just not keeping up with these guys. Well, I'm keeping up with the guys in front of me, but I am not pulling away from Zhao, who is just quickly closing that gap. 4.4 seconds behind me now. Here's Zhao and what he sees. Four seconds behind me. That's interesting. I see how he takes that section. You can see him sliding left and right as he goes through those corners. But he is definitely closing the gap on me. He's at 3.2 seconds. He's closing at about 2 seconds a lap faster. So just phenomenally fast driver. Meanwhile, I'm 2.1 seconds behind Lloyd. I am starting to close the gap on Lloyd. We are on lap 10. About to enter lap 11, meaning 5 laps to go. I'm 1.9 behind Lloyd now, but Zhao is definitely closing in on me from behind. He's down to 3 seconds, and I'm at 2 to the driver in front of me. So he's closing in faster on me than I am catching Lloyd. In fact, I'd argue I'm not really catching Lloyd. That being said, I'm willing to push as hard as I can. That was a 1:45.9, a fast lap for me, but not my fastest so far. Again, my fastest 1:45.6 at this point. I I've left Zhao a little bit there. He's 3.5 behind me. I'm 1.9 to Lloyd in front of me. So closing that gap for sure. But you can see Zhao in the background there closing in on me. He's 4 seconds behind me now, so I opened up that gap a little bit, or he made a minor mistake. Looks so slow and serene from this angle. It really is not. Now again, lap 11, hitting the chicane. Good exit through the chicane for me. I've closed to 1.4 to Lloyd, so I'm definitely getting closer to Lloyd. The thing is, while I'm sitting here in 8th place, and normally I'd love to be higher, this is a small group of brackets, meaning like there is not a lot of drivers on right now, likely because of the July 4th holiday. And so I have been paired with people that are both a little bit slower than me or at my level, and people who are much stronger than me. I am in the second split here. So while I was intimidated initially, I thought I'm probably going to lose a bunch of points here because these guys are all going to be faster than me. I'm looking now at the very positive side of this race where I am keeping up with these guys, which tells me if I'm in larger splits and I'm racing guys that are of my caliber, I should be setting faster laps. I should be able to be placing higher in those races than I am. Zhao has closed up to 1.9 seconds at this point. I am 1.8 behind Lloyd. I have not been able to close the distance to Lloyd. Certainly not as fast as Zhao has closed it to me. Zhao, 2 seconds, 1.7 behind me now. I am honestly, for me, pushing as hard as I'm comfortable pushing during a race in this race right now. In fact, I'm probably just below as hard as I can push because while Zhao is catching up to me at 1.4 seconds behind me. I get another off track right there. 1.2 seconds behind me now. And he's going to be faster through turns 14 and 15 coming up down here. Behind Zhao, Landon is 6.7 seconds back there. So I'm in a pack of drivers. Like, first place is about to lap 17th place. But I am in a pack of drivers right now that are fighting back and forth with each other. I radio to Zhao that I see him back there. When he comes to come up on me, don't worry, I'm not going to be dangerous. I'm not telling him I'm going to let him pass. I'm just saying in our battle, I'm going to give you plenty of room. Mostly because I just don't want somebody to do something dangerous at this point. And also, I feel like if Zhao can get past me, that's a really good exit for me from that. If Zhao can get past me, and he's only half a second behind me now, and I unleash him on Lloyd, maybe he and Lloyd have an accident or something, and I'm able to scoot back a couple places. Because I'm clearly not catching Lloyd. I'm 1.5 behind Lloyd, but 1.4 now, but I seem to be unable to break that gap to Lloyd. 1.3. Zhao 2/10 behind me at this point. I see he's there. I give him plenty of room. I don't left off the gas at all, but I swing out to give him room because I know he's faster than I am at this point. And you can see he's already 8/10, 9/10 up from me. I haven't let off the gas. I just slid to the side. And again, he might have a different setup. This is open, but he's also a fast driver. I mean, there's no arguing that at this point. Okay, so here I am behind Zhao, watching Zhao catch up to Lloyd relatively quickly. I'm 2 seconds behind Lloyd as I went off the racing line there. Set a 1:45.8 last lap. This lap, I set 1:46.43, so not a great lap for me. Certainly, I was doing faster laps before. I'm currently in 9th place. Holding this position would get me would net me 38 iRating points. So that'd be a significant chunk for me. I'd be happy to see that. Watching Zhao close in on Lloyd, and anxious to see what happens here. Trying to keep up with both of them. 1.8 seconds behind Zhao. Zhao is 7/10 behind Lloyd, so it's probably not going to happen right here, but it's coming. We are on lap 14. There's this lap and lap 15 to go. And I'm watching these two closely because I know Lloyd doesn't appear to want to give up a spot. But Zhao seems rather aggressive. We're going to watch this up ahead. Zhao takes a position. Not quite, excuse me. Zhao does not take the position, but he is 3/10 behind Lloyd. We're going to watch them. I'm in the background there. Zhao on Lloyd, 2/10, going down the straightaway. Going down the straightaway, 2/10 is almost a guaranteed pass. I think Zhao should have held off just for a second and then pulled alongside of him. There would have got a better slingshot. But these two coming down the pipe, main straight, side by side into the first turn. If anything's going to happen, I'm thinking it might happen here. There's a little bit of contact there that gets me excited. And boom, a little bit of contact sends Zhao sliding. And now it's Zhao behind me by about 2.5 seconds. I can hold off Zhao, I think, for the rest of this race. I'm 1.4 behind Lloyd in front of me, and I'm pretty certain I can keep Zhao behind me for the rest of this race. Let's see what happens. Into the downhill. I'm within a second of Lloyd at this point, and I am pushing real hard. I'm hoping I can maybe get on Lloyd's tail, make him a little nervous. He and Zhao were fighting close there. Zhao is 2.3 seconds behind me. I am 1.2 to Lloyd. I'm losing out on pace there. 1 second, 1.1. Zhao 1.7 behind me. All I have to do, though, is hold him off for 3 more turns. And I see Zhao pushing hard, 1.1 seconds behind me. Given another lap, he would definitely pass me again. I'm 1.1 to Lloyd, and this is how we are going to cross the finish line. And I'm going to wind up in 8th place. So, overall, strong race for me. Really strong race for me. I don't know why people stop in the middle of the road. There's my buddy Travis that just disappeared. All right, so what does that do for my standings? Overall, for my mental well-being, I feel very confident. I did very well this race, but let's take a look at what that does for my results. Looking at the results of last race, I gained 0.04 safety rating, not really focused on safety rating at this point. I gained 46 iRating, putting me at 1556. That may be the highest iRating I've ever had. And if you notice up here, the strength of field was 1659. It was all significantly stronger than me, and I am only in the second split. There's only 4 splits at this time of day, and that's likely because so many people are partaking in the American holiday at this point. So looking down here, I started 11th place. I finished 8th place. My fastest lap, a 1:45.4. Really great lap on my part. So I learned a lot this race, especially learned where I can pick up some pace. I can easily pull 146s now, and now I want to push and get in those 145s before my final race. But as the grouping gets larger, meaning as there's more people on during the time that I am racing, what that means is I now feel more confident challenging those people at that level and at this new level I'm at, which is the 1.55. So
yeah, overall, a really great experience for me. Um, I kind of initially was very concerned at the beginning of the race, thinking, oh boy, this is going to be an absolute disaster for me because there's so many 1.8 drivers here. But as it turned out, uh, it was a great learning experience, and I did very, very well. So thank you for watching. That is race number 4.